What's going on, guys? SW and Laser 3 here, back again with another video. And this one's a top 10 video. I'm gonna be talking about the top 10 most annoying things in Battlefront. I was kind of conflicted between calling this one top 10 annoying things and top 10 OP things, but we'll just go with top 10 annoying things. So yeah, let's get into it. So at the number 10 spot, we have the kill delay. Okay, so the kill delay just pretty much after you die. I'll try to get some footage in it. I'm sure in the footage I'm gonna show, I'm sure I'll die. So just like after you die, the few seconds is kind of unnecessary. There should be some sort of way to skip it. Not like how in Call of Duty, you can press X to skip instead of watching the kill cam. You should be able to press X to skip the emotes that the person's gonna do after they kill you, or watch them just run away, or watch the chicken walker walk away. It's kind of annoying. I don't want to watch what the person who killed me is gonna do, even if it's just 3 seconds. So yeah, the kill delay, I guess it could just be removed. Number 10. At the number 8 spot, we have stuns. I'm sure Boss Status, I hope Boss Status watches this. He uses Luke a lot. Stuns are OP. It stuns Vader. Yeah, Luke, Vader, Palpatine, I guess the original heroes the most. But Chewie is pretty bad with his stuns. When the Death Star DLC came out, I remember people didn't like Chewie, but Chewie's good now because of his splash damage. People recognize that you can pretty much just get to the high grounds and then melt heroes around corners and in buildings. But when Chewie first came out, people didn't like him because of his stuns, and I understood it. But the game is fine now, and I don't mind using Chewie. I like him now, but the stuns are still pretty OP, so that's got to be on the list. And at the number 7 spot, and I actually just noticed before I started recording this one, I forgot to say that this is just my opinion, so make sure you guys post your top 10. I want to see what you guys think are the most annoying things, or if you guys agree with my list, hopefully. But yeah, make sure you guys put in the comments your top 10. But at the 7 spot, I put the back to bomb, and it's just annoying. This is a top 10 annoying list, and I use the medical droid a lot now, just to be different. It changes the gameplay, and I mean, when you're just shooting someone and then somebody throws a back to bomb down, and say you go to engage somebody in a melee fight and you melee them twice and then they're still not dead because they have a back to bomb, and then they kill you and you thought you had the upper hand in the melee fight. It's I just think the game honestly would be better without it, but the nerf did and make it a lot better, because when you used to be able to throw it and then just sit in it for a couple seconds, that was the worst, especially when a teammate threw it. So I guess the patch made it better. And healing heroes, I guess I'll put a positive in the video. Healing heroes is something I approved of. That's something that really makes the game better. And I guess, I don't know if they ever thought about it, but having a hero start at 100 health, I'm sure they considered just having the hero start at 100, and then once you start taking damage, you can get back to bombed, but at least you can get to 110 health, so that's pretty cool. So number 7, most annoying things, is back to bomb. At the number 6 spot, this is kind of a weird one because it's mostly for Bosk, but I did want to put a little spot in here for Lando's Power Blast, which isn't that bad anymore, but it's still pretty OP. And Krennic's, pretty much his Power Blast. Those are both pretty OP, but it's mostly about Bosk. I mean, his Dioxis grenade is disgusting. It's just a cloud of sickness sent to kill us. And the micro grenades aren't as bad because you can see them. They have red dots, but you can kind of avoid them or put up a shield. But when you're in a gunfight, it's pretty annoying. And I mean, I guess his sight vision isn't that OP, but his speed is very OP. And Bosk just his regeneration trait, it's just I'm getting too sweaty just talking about Bosk, so I'm gonna stop. Number 6 is Bosk. So I considered cutting the video right here and splitting it up. I was just thinking about it, but I don't know, we're kind of in a roll, so we're just gonna keep it moving. Number 5. Number 5 is gonna be strafing. Strafing is terrible. And as I tried to make this list, I tried to make it in a way where it's like, what's like more frustrating, like as we get closer to number 1, it's like dying by these things will be increasingly be worse, or I guess more frustrating, as like dying by the number 1 thing is just way worse than dying by kill delay, or being frustrated by watching the kill delay. But anyway, back to strafing. I mean, the only way to really counter it is just like ion neutralizers, and it's like, I'm not gonna waste a slot with that, but I mean, you could use a personal shield, but sometimes when you're playing in like Walker Assault games, there will be like more than one strafer, and your shield isn't gonna help you when you're just being trapped in the spawn, getting strafed over and over. And most people just rage quit, and it kills the lobby. So I mean, if you strafe, that's cool, but I don't know, don't strafe heroes. Just stop strafing. Get some gameplay. Get some gunfights. You're not playing the game's playing you when you're strafing. Just getting them to shoot the walker. Strafing is number 5. So for the number 4 slot, I selected some star cards. So pretty much just disruption and explosive shot, but I'm gonna throw the personal shield in here too, because I feel like the game would be better. And a lot of times in this video, when I'm saying the game will be better without it, you would have to add an alternative. I mean, you can't just start removing things from the game. You've got to add other things. You know, you can't just take away, you've got to add. But I mean, the game would be better without the personal shield, I think, in my opinion, of course, and explosive shot and disruption. I mean, disruption's not that bad. You don't see it that much anymore, but during the time when it first came out, it was disgusting. It was filthy. And these weapons, I mean, it's just too hard. It's not too hard, it's just you have to try to counter against these things. I mean, especially when you combine them with other things, like explosive shot with certain weapons. And I mean, it's just better if you use like adrenaline stim. It's just, there are less sweaty star cards you could use. So number 4 would be those ones. Ew. Well guys, I'm pre-recording this before I add the gameplay footage. So I'll add the gameplay footage around the audio. But before we get into these top 3 sweaty, just disgusting items, I just want to add a clip or something in here just to, I don't know, maybe make you less sweaty, clean you up a little bit, put some deodorant on you. Yeah, I just want to show something that's not disgusting. Maybe a cool clip. I'll add that in here. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for sticking around, my loyal pancakes. But I hope you have something to clean yourself up with, because we're about to get very sweaty. We're into the top 3, and this slot mainly belongs to the EE3. I mean, that's fitting, right? Well, I've got to throw in some other things, like the bowcaster and the scattergun. And even though I use it a lot, I guess I have to throw it in the pulse cannon. I mean, if you're gonna add in the bowcaster and scattergun as one hit, I mean, the pulse cannon's a one hit too, so I can't leave it off the list, even though I'm a pulse cannon abuser. Z-Dog, you're a pulse cannon abuser too. We're in the same boat. But the EE3 is just filthy. It's disgusting. It just melts people. And I tried to like combine, I think of the E11 and the A280C and the TL50 all as just like normal assault rifles that you just use casually to kill people. And I know the secondary fire is something else, it's its own discussion, but just the TL50 gunfire and the E11 and the A280C. But the EE3 isn't a class of its own. I mean, it's just all-time sweaty. So number 3 would have to be the EE3. One thing I want to mention, guys, before we get into the next 2 things and the most annoying things in Star Wars Battlefront, is that you might notice that I'm guilty of using some of these sweaty nerd items. And I mean, yeah, I guess you've got to be a sweaty nerd sometimes in Star Wars Battlefront, but I try to be a noob sometimes. I mean, I like to emote a lot, and that's pretty newbie, right? So hopefully that counters that out and makes me a beast, hopefully. And if you guys think that I'm not a beast, just put that in the comments, I guess. But at the number 2 spot, we have the chicken walker and the 2 main walkers. I mean, these things are pretty much just there to ruin kill streaks, and they're only on the Empire side. The rebels pretty much just have to search around for pickups, and if you can't find them, then you just get owned. And what makes it the worst, it's not that they're too bad just facing off just against it, but when the Empire team is really good and they have like a boss or something, when they start strafing, the chicken walker is just the cherry on top, pretty much, to make you want to back out. It's just the one thing that you can't fight against when you're fighting against everything else. And yeah, they're just the worst. So the 2 main walkers and the chicken walker are pretty bad, but the ones on Scarif actually aren't as bad. I wish they had made some of the maps more like that, where the walker's out of the way, and you pretty much have to jump to the walker to die by it. So on to the number 1. Well, you guys knew it was coming. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? I mean, copyright OP, right? I'm just kidding. I mean, copyright could be number 1, but the number 1, it's got to be Bodyguard. Bodyguard is disgusting, and for those of you who knew that was coming, I did want to switch it up a little bit and put in Berserker combos. For example, Berserker and EE4. That's pretty filthy too, but I guess I use that combo sometimes on the close range maps. So, oh man, I might be a sweaty nerd, but I don't use Bodyguard. Bodyguard is the worst. I mean, sometimes you've noticed, well, hopefully you guys have noticed that when you shoot people with Bodyguard, when they're at a higher trait level, it's kind of hard to explain, because it like puts a bit of a shield around them. It just kind of makes them a tank. It's like maybe they took whatever they put into Chewie and Vader and put that in the Bodyguard trait and just let people run around with it. But it's disgusting, and man, I wish I could delete that from the game. Bodyguard's gross. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys were at least entertained a little bit. Hopefully I didn't mess up too much, and hopefully the audio will come out pretty decently. The gameplay audio and the sound in the background, and my voice, of course. I hope you guys enjoy, and please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Commenting is pretty important. And we're going to continue to grow on the road to 500. We're at 299 subs at the recording of this video, so maybe we'll be at 300 by the time this video goes up. And I want to thank you guys for the support. Shout out to oh man, this is gonna be bad now because there's so many people I have to shout out. Oh man, see, this is gonna be, I can't shout out people because I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start leaving people out. I mean, I'll just say Z-Dog, of course, the boss status, and Star Wars Battlefront Jess. But then all my subs that comment every day, you guys are the best, and there's no way I could just go name all you guys. So just comment below. You guys know who you are, and you guys, the three I mentioned, you guys better acknowledge all the people I didn't shout out. But you guys are the best, and I hope you guys enjoy. You guys are all my pancakes, except a couple of you.